Hello, everyone, and welcome to Negative Ball Knowledge. I think we should start off talking about West Ham.
Oh, good old West Ham.
They,
Um,
the disrespect towards David Moyes throughout last season, they make the change, and where are they? What's happening to them? They're the same old West Ham.
they seem to be.
Shit.
Yeah, I think you're going to upset a few West Ham fans there. But
You gotta say how it
if
is.
it is, it is. And I suppose from the context of we're looking at it, isn't it? Of you made the change. Have you got anything to show for it, despite massively backing the new manager in the
A lot of
transfer
money
market?
spent.
Really pinning all your hopes on him being able to deliver something.
Yeah, and they got class
And
players.
yes, we're early on in the season,
Mm.
but there doesn't seem to be any difference, does it?
The problem is, you back a new manager, you spend the money,
You need instant results.
otherwise you're gone.
Well, maybe.
So this is the problem they have.
Yeah.
Lopetegui has to step up, and the players have got to step up and show them
Well, of
what they
course they
are.
have. But they've still got players that aren't necessarily top tier, haven't they? And that's the worry. That's the problem they've always got.
Yeah,
You know, they don't
they have some.
attract
They've
top
got
tier
they
players.
have very good players littered throughout their squad.
Yeah.
Kudus, Bowen, some good
Sakata.
players, but then you still have Mikel Antonio up front, Danny Ings. Not a lot of striking options there.
No.
They're pretty poor.
They don't score a lot of goals.
No, not anymore. Not
No.
these days.
No.
Hasn't been for a while. So you look at that. David Moyes did a lot for that club. Won them a European trophy.
But Mickey Mouse one.
Yeah, but still, that was huge for West Ham.
Yeah.
And I remember that night. I was happy for him because of
I was actually as well. Bowen scoring the goal as well.
it was a nice
And,
night for
it
them,
was
especially for Rice's last game for West
yeah.
Ham. And I think West Ham fans and a lot of people were very harsh on Moyes, especially throughout last season. And there should
Mm.
probably be an apology in there.
There might be. I don't think you'll get one from
No,
them because they probably felt it was the only thing they could do after however many years he'd been there.
especially with the
Um,
football he plays, they do play a bit of
we
boring
were saying,
football.
weren't we? We were at the game last year in December when Liverpool beat West Ham 5-1 in the Carabao Cup then, and
Hmm.
obviously went on to win the tournament. Um, and the phone in after that game
Yeah,
with the West Ham fans clamouring for Moyes' sack,
yeah,
and the vitriol and anger and hatred towards him was just massive
it
that night.
was. It was
I
poor.
know. I guess that was going on the whole season. I didn't
Yeah.
often listen to
No, I wasn't really.
phone-ins that were to do with West Ham, but we just happened. Obviously, it was a game against us, and we were listening to the radio that
Yeah,
night, so we heard it. But um, it was quite bad.
it
And
was.
all right, just like anything, the people who phone in are normally the ones who've got an axe to grind.
Mm.
There'll be a lot of other fans that would have been out there saying, "Well, no, he's fine. We can carry on as we are." But I suspect they were all quite excited when
Yeah,
he did get sacked, and then when they brought Lopetegui in,
because Lopetegui, at the end of the day, former Real Madrid
he's got a good
coach,
CV.
he's been at Sevilla, he's been top
He was
clubs.
very good at Sevilla, wasn't he?
So this is the point where he's won trophies. He's won a European trophy,
Yeah.
and you think they spent the money, invested in him, but and they have on paper, Kudus, Paqueta, Bowen, Todibo at the back, who's
Mm.
very good. They brought in Kilman, who's a very good centre back,
Yeah.
who we knew from his time at Wolves.
Yeah.
On paper, they have a good Premier League squad. They should be doing much better than they are.
Well, it should be. It is early days.
It is early days, yes, but look, you don't get
But
time as a manager in the
and all
Premier
right, I
League.
suppose the problem is like we're assessing them on, they go to Anfield, yeah, they score a fluky own goal to start with, and then we just turn on the style
Yeah,
and beat them 5-1 again,
because we're
um,
Liverpool.
because we're Liverpool, yeah. And even without, if you like listen, that probably had to be the strongest bench you've ever seen
Yeah,
for Liverpool ever. So even with all those changes, we were still able to go out there and just take control of the game,
toy with them.
and toy with them at times, yeah. And I think that is probably the hardest thing for West Ham fans to take, that they can't compete at
Yeah,
that level. Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? And I wouldn't want to be in their position. It must be difficult because
It is, yeah.
West Ham were, have always been seen as entertainers and exciting football and joy to watch and all the rest of it. And obviously under Moyes, they didn't really have that.
No, but they got results.
They did all right. They did all right. He did okay,
He
didn't
did. I mean, especially in like around 2021,
he? Yeah.
22, they did European. They rise to the top from 2020 was the getting into Europe,
Mm.
having that run to the semi-finals, then Conference League season after,
Yeah.
winning that poor Premier League season, but they won a trophy. They back in the Europa League. So for West Ham to finish like 6th, 5th, get in European football for 3 seasons in a row was
Yeah.
impressive. And I think fair play to them, fair play to Moyes, and
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely think they might have made a mistake.
Right. And will there be a decent amount of West Ham fans out there now thinking that they are missing him?
I don't know. And I
There
think
might be.
you can say it's a mistake, but you don't. I think maybe it might be a little bit too early to
Yeah.
judge Lopetegui because I like him as a manager. I think he's a good
When you
manager.
look back, you think so. Moyes did better at West Ham, massively better than he did at Man U.
Yeah.
Which kind of segues on nicely into our next
Well,
thing
no,
we wanted to talk about, isn't it? Or we're not there yet?
not quite there yet.
Oh, okay.
So and then we talk about the game last night. The desperation
Oh, yeah.
with every single refereeing decision going against them.
Two non-handballs.
Two non-handballs, and they're called all the players, fans, and Lopetegui going mad at the referee because it wasn't given.
Yeah.
Both by their side, hitting them. The players and the manager should know that that is not a penalty.
Even with VAR, you're not getting them.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
So the fact that they've done that is just.
He was over the top, wasn't
he? He was.
And he, all right, people will turn around and say our first goal was offside. But, it was only 1 of 5, so it would have made a lot of difference to the game anyway, that you never know. But I think, it was a little bit desperation stakes, wasn't it, on their part of
It was.
shouting and jumping up and down and him getting very animated on the sideline, winding everybody up over decisions that were never going to get given. So,
basically, as a manager, just get your team to play better football.
Yeah.
You can't be relying on dodgy penalty decisions from referees to win the game.
Definitely not.
You've got to play better, and they didn't play good.
They didn't play well enough, no.
So I think we're about time to move on.
Yeah, like we said, so segueing into
United.
Man U, our favourite subject.
Well, when they're playing shit, it's our favourite subject. So I think Ten Hag is on borrowed time.
I think I agree with you. And I think there'll probably be a lot of people that would say he's been on borrowed time ever since he got the job.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, good point. But a draw to FC Twente last night. That is poor. At home.
It's awful, really.
It is.
Isn't it? And to then come out as the manager of that club and say, we weren't at it.
Yeah.
We didn't give enough. The bloke who scored, Eriksson scored a great goal. For him to then man and say, they looked like they wanted it more than us. How can somebody who was on the pitch playing for Man United say that?
FC Twente wanted it more than Manchester United. It just tells you all you need to know about the mentality in that club.
All right, maybe they know they're not going to win it.
Yeah.
Because they don't win anything. Well, they've won the FA Cup and they've done the Carabao Cup over the last few years, haven't they?
Yeah.
But the chances of them winning the Europa League are very slim.
Yeah.
So stand up. Bobby, what are you
Bobby.
doing? So why would they want to put that much effort in? I think that's probably it, because they know the whole thing of trying to do well in the league while doing well in that competition is really difficult. Yeah. And they're in a battle for their lives to even get in the top 4. Well, the top 6 even.
And I think this is all. It all stems from Ten Hag's mentality.
Yeah.
I think the players don't have the mentality because the manager doesn't have the mentality. Liverpool last season in the Europa League went at it.
Yeah.
We definitely had a stronger squad, and I'll admit that. But it doesn't excuse, even if you're playing your second team, United playing their second team, to draw to Twente.
No.
So my hot take for today is Ten Hag will be sacked by Halloween.
Okay.
They've invested a lot of money this summer. They've
Yeah.
improved the squad even more. They've spent so much money under him in the last 3 seasons, and they are still the same.
Yeah, they're inconsistent. They're struggling to score goals against decent sides, aren't they?
Yeah.
They get broken down and walked through.
3-0 at home, lost to Liverpool.
Yeah, they get overrun and played through quite badly. And I suppose if we're on the theme of what managers and whether people think they might be missing someone they had previously, maybe there's a lot of Man U fans that are thinking they would still want Ollie at the wheel.
Well, he's at the wheel.
Ollie's at the wheel. Yeah, they might, Why not?
They got results under Ollie.
He did all right. He didn't have a bad record.
So
It was still shit compared to what they
it
should
was
be,
shit.
and it was funny for us. But
I don't. I genuinely think, yeah, Ten Hag was an improvement. I think he's won trophies,
yeah,
and you can't take that away from them. They've won trophies
yeah,
and two good trophies. A Carabao Cup and a FA Cup is nothing to sniff at because
no,
they're good trophies to win. But that doesn't mean that you're going to keep your job,
no,
because ultimately the Premier League and European football is what you're judged on.
yeah.
He saved his job last season because he won the FA Cup.
It's just really odd that they gave him another contract, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because oh my god, Bobby, stay. That's why you got sold, mate. Kept falling over. Why would they give him a new contract under the new ownership, effectively, that's
Spend a
running the
load of
football
money.
side, back him again in the transfer market? If you're not really thinking that, he's the one, because I can't see how they think he's the long-term one.
He can't be.
But then who else is there? And that's the other point.
That
There
was the
isn't.
point. I think Gary Neville made a good point after the Liverpool match. Is they sniffed around for new managers, but there weren't anyone available
Yeah,
to improve on Ten Hag at that time.
and
It's a gamble.
you've got to wonder the Ten Hag's mentality as well. Then of I know they want to replace me, and if there was somebody better available,
They would have done.
I'd be gone. To then sign a new contract and say, yeah, I'll stick it out for another 3 years or however long,
Yeah.
while I know you don't really want me, I don't see how that works.
No. So that
Anyway.
kind of brings it to an end. So
I
basically,
agree with you, though. I think Halloween, Man U looking for a new manager. But they're probably already looking, and they continue to look in the background.
But this is where you have the dilemma: will they sack him?
Yeah.
They will only sack him if they don't win the next few games. What was our last Premier League result?
Draw, Palace.
Draw. That
Yeah.
was Palace. That's poor. They needed to go there and win.
Yeah, of course they did.
They didn't win.
Palace is a tough place to go, and
But
we've seen that over the years.
we know
But-
that, but you got to win.
You have to, yeah.
When you're especially at the start of this season, you drop more points. You're not going to get if you don't get like 13, 14 points from 18.
Yeah.
You're looking at the sack.
So we'll leave it at that then. That we think that little recap.
Yeah.
West Ham fans are missing Moyes, and owe him an apology because they were horrible to him, and they're no better under Lopetegui than they were under Moyes
At the moment,
And Man U fans are probably not happy with Ten Hag,
no.
and maybe they're missing Ollie.
And Ten Hag will get the sack.
And we think as well the biggest thing of that, is Ten Hag will be gone by Halloween.
Well, pretty much brings that to an end.
Yeah, cool. Thanks for joining us today, everyone.
Have a lovely rest of your day. Goodbye.
Speak to you soon. Bye.